right, let's see how the signal is. I was kind of rushing to get out here, and I'm not certain how my if I need to go adjust the Wi-Fi antenna. So hopefully the signal's okay for you guys. Let's see, who we got in the house? We got Zach, we got Pinks, and we got Eris. What's up, Eris? Alrighty. Get some people in here first. What's up, Fat Boy Fox? What's going on? Man, it's cold in here. I didn't pre-warm my garage, so I just opened the door, came out here. It's freezing. Yeah, I'm a little late. Sorry. Oh, I had something important to take care of. I did have something important to take care of, and if it works out, it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. It's nothing car related, but if it works out, I'll be sure to get a video of what I'm talking about uploaded to this, because it's definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity. Has to do with sports and a team I grew up really loving. Yeah, there you go. That's what that is. I got a piece of tape over my camera when I don't use it, and it was like hanging down a little bit, so I saw a little bit of blue. I'm gonna dock my pay. Yeah, that's kind of what this is about. So today, we're fast approaching where I guess Ponies and the Smokies is kicking off in like 50 days. I don't have a spot paid for. I don't have a hotel or any of that stuff. So I'm getting a bunch of people asking me if I'm going, a bunch of people trying to get me to go. And I really had a great time last time. We were one of the inside displays because last year they did a boss feature inside, and I thought it was awesome. Yeah, it's the Hurricanes, Fat Boy Fox. So real quick, go off on a tangent. The Hurricanes, I'm a Hurricanes fan. We'll go back to the Cards here in a second, guys. I'm a huge Hurricanes fan. My family's from Connecticut. We moved down to North Carolina when I was a boy. Shortly after that, the Whalers moved down and they became the Hurricanes. So my hometown team is still my hometown team. Grew up watching them forever. I ended up playing for the NC State hockey team. I grew up playing hockey. I worked at an ice rink. And this year, Raleigh is hosting an outdoor game. Okay. So they're hosting an outdoor game. I believe it's Hurricanes versus the Capitals. But they're also doing an alumni game. And part of the alumni game is they let fans go out there and play with some of the Hurricanes alum. I had an opportunity, I think it was 10 years ago. Yeah, it was 10 years ago because when they did the first one. I had an opportunity. A bunch of my friends went out there, and they were part of that team. And you had to pay to play. And I just got a job. I just got out of college, about to get married, and I didn't want to pay the money, which I wish I did, because now it literally costs 6 to 7 times what it used to cost. And I can't afford that. So I am reaching out to the organizer, who he used to be a Hurricanes player, and I reached out to him to let him know, to talk to him, and because I used to do some drills with him when I actually worked at an ice rink. I used to be a Zamboni driver, so I used to do some drills with this guy, and I'm for sure doesn't remember me, but letting him know, I'm still semi-local, and what I do for a living, and basically saying, the price tag the pay to play is $5,000. I cannot afford that. But I did ask, you guys have any room for a NC State hockey alumni / active duty guy, or is it all only for the uber rich? I didn't say it that way because that's kind of untactful, not tactful. But I was just asking. I'm trying to get out there to play with the alum, and if I can, that'd be great. If not, I'll go take my kids. No big deal. All right, that's the off topic tangent here, but. Anybody in here going to Ponies and Smokies? Because everybody's trying to get me to go, and right now I'm not set up to go. I really enjoyed going last time. We rented a Airbnb, and our Airbnb for Ponies and Smokies last year was kind of if I had known the setup, I probably would not have done it. It was no issues. Like, it was fine. I wouldn't say it was like the most luxurious thing ever. Um, but it was something because we get there and it was this house and it was on the side of a hill. And the Airbnb for the show, I parked my. So first off, I was gonna try and back in the driveway. No way. Like, the driveway was like this. It was crazy. And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get out of here. So nope, not going. Pink says, "Sup, super fast truck. Sup, Katarina." So we get to the Airbnb for Ponies and Smokies, and my dad, we had to go leave my car at the showgrounds. So that day, if you guys go back and watch that videos, I have 3 videos on it from last year. We actually left my dad's place, and we drove through 2 tornado warnings. And like, you see part of the video where like the alarm's going off on my phone, like it's warning me you're in a, like, hey, tornado warning, seek shelter. I'm in an area, and then you see the video, and it goes from pretty bright out to like pitch black out, and I'm just like looking around because like you see the clouds swirling. It's pretty nuts. So we drove through that. Then we went to Blue Ridge Parkway, drove through that, and we went to Mount Pisgah, and we did some ripping in the mountains. And I had the power wheel on the back of the Boss when we were ripping through the mountains, so that was pretty funny. I actually almost threw it off the side of a mountain because when we pulled over finally, like, it was barely hanging on. If it was moved another centimeter, it would have tipped off the edge. The bungees got. We were moving a little bit, but. Fast forward, we get to Ponies and Smokies. I have to go drop my car off at the convention center. And after doing all that, driving through all that, and it's 7 hours of driving from my dad's place, like, the Boss was filthy, man. I had to detail it because it was inside, and I'm not gonna let my car like look nasty, especially being inside. If it was outside, I would be like, I'll do my best. But I spent hours cleaning that thing up, and it was horrible. It was the worst. Like, it was so gross. It was way nastier than I ever let it get. And we got it pretty clean, and everybody told me it was looked great. But I even had to detail Maddox's car too, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, so we got that in there. Went out to eat pizza. Some random place, some constable recommended. Like, he's like, you're gonna drive out to the middle of nowhere, and you're gonna think you're lost, but I tell you, keep going. It's out there. It was delicious. But get back to our Airbnb. And I didn't realize that I only rented the downstairs of this house. It's like not even a basement. I guess you call it it's not a loft. I don't know what the hell you call it. Like a den. I rented the den. And upstairs, there's people who are living or sleeping or renting up there. And if I could do it all over again, I probably would not have rented that place. But it was fine. Me and my dad had no issues because we'd be outside out back. We were smoking a cigar, and those guys came outside, and they were up top of us. And I don't know. I didn't like the fact that there was a door that went from upstairs coming down to where we were. So, like, we made sure, I don't know, paranoia maybe. I just put a chair in front of the doorknob so nobody could come in. Yeah. But that was fun. But yeah, we had a great time. It was nice being one of the inside displays. And Ponies and Smokies, like, I'm still a very small channel, and we'll talk about the channel here in a minute. But like, it was really cool because that was like that was the first event I've ever been to. And I'm just sitting there hanging out, and we're having a great time walking around. What's up, Mad Motorhead? What's up, Chad? That was one of the first events I've ever been to where I had a lot of people walk up to me. A lot of Boss owners walk up to me and tell me, like, hey, I watched your channel and really, I love your channel. Good, you made me buy a Boss, whatever. And, that was pretty cool to hear that I've actually influenced some people to get Bosses. And so I really enjoyed that. I had a great time, a lot of great conversations with people. And there's other people who were there that I wanted to meet that I wasn't able to meet. There's a Boss owners group. And every year it's a tradition. The Bosses do a mountain run. So all the Bosses meet up on Sunday usually. And they'll run the mountain, and it's really cool. And then I wasn't able to go last year because I didn't have my car and I couldn't film it. And I had the kids, and we had my dad's car, but like it's not the same, right? So missed out on that. What else was I going to talk about? I'm losing my train of thought here. Hey, what's up, Spano50? Hey, you are Hey man, you're the best of show winner. Yeah, this is Spano 50. He won the best of show at um, Foxtoberfest, and he has a gorgeous fox. Definitely, definitely puts mine to shame. But I was just happy to be there, and I'm hoping next year to look a little better. Obviously, we'll have a new top on her, and hopefully we can get the new motor in. It's not going to be a show motor, but it'll be a better motor than what I got. Oh no, man, you had a beautiful car. I didn't. The funny thing is, like, I filmed your car and I put a short up of it, and I didn't even realize it was the winter car until after. Like, I saw somebody else's video. I'm like, oh yeah, I did like that. Like, that was a beautiful car. Yeah. Let's see. So that means you're going to be on the you'll be on the Foxtoberfest banner for next year, right? Or this year. But yeah, so everybody's trying to get me to go to Ponies and Smokies. It was a really good time. I did really enjoy it, but like part of me, I don't see what really got me last time is we were only. I don't want to take the kids out of school. School's very important, and they're young, but I still want them to I still want them to appreciate, their education and know that it's important. So I don't want to just keep pulling them out of school for car shows and stuff like that. And I really want to do some of these events like Foxtoberfest. I missed the whole week leading up to Foxtoberfest. We were only able to be there for the show, which was still fine. I got to meet up with MJI, and me and MJI. I love hanging out with that guy. If you don't remember, he came here, helped me install the long tubes to be ready for the show. But I feel like I miss out on a lot of stuff, but I'm not willing to pull the kids out just for that. Just do a Craigslist rebuild. It will be. I mean, that's essentially what we're doing here, man. This is all budget. Everything in this garage is all budget. Everything that we do is all budget. Last year, the trip to Ponies and Smokies last year was actually paid for by the channel. If you guys remember, I did the videos on the GT500 spoiler. I did the Roush axle back install. And between those videos and a couple others, like that paid for my Airbnb and my entry fee. I did pay for the gas to get out there, obviously, but it was paid for by the channel, and that's like all I could ever ask for, right? And it was awesome. That just like the ad revenue was taking care of that stuff, because like I said, I get very touchy when it comes to using my paycheck. I got 3 kids, so I get touchy when it comes to using my paycheck for stuff like that. It's got a lot. I mean, I'd say there's a good amount spent. I mean, I don't know the exact number. If you contact Jeff Southard, he also has a YouTube channel. I think it's Adrenaline. It's like 828 Adrenaline Junkies or something like that. But if you contact Jeff, he's a real down to earth guy. You can just ask him how many people there are. The Boss was a display car last year in the Boss display. So we got featured inside. I mean, if you've never been Spano, it's a lot of fun. I don't know how far is for you. For me, from the coast here, I think it was like, I'll say it's like 8 hours or something like that. Maybe 7. Might have been 7. I can't remember. But it's a good little trip. But if you're gonna do it, definitely make sure you take some time out to enjoy driving in the mountains if that's not something you've done before. The Dragon's about an hour away. Everybody loves going out there. I didn't get to go out there, but it's probably good because apparently if you cross the double yellows at all, like you get an instant ticket, which we were at Mount Pisgah and a couple people in my party, not going to name names, but my dad, they crossed the line occasionally. Not all the way, but just occasionally. But we didn't need to get anybody in trouble. But I'd say Ponies and Smokies worth it. I had a great time. I really wish I could have done the Shine Run. Everybody loves doing the Shine Run. Basically, it's like a poker run, right? And there's stuff associated with that. And I don't know, the trophies are pretty unique, and it's a great area. I mean, it's Pigeon Forge. It's like Broadway at the beach, but in the mountains. Like it's a place that I wish I dedicated an entire week to, because I would enjoy, there's things to do there. Hold up, guys. I have to check this message real quick, guys. Stand by. Oh, okay. So sorry, guys. I had a subscriber texting me something important. Hey, no worries, man. What's up, Nate? So let's dive into some channel news real quick. So I think starting next week, I got to check my email. But I've talked to a couple guys, and Nate, if you're interested, I think you might have been here last week, but I'm going to start doing the boss profiles on the lives. I don't want to do it I'm not going to do it every week. I think that's too much. But I think doing like one boss owner profile like a month is good. And if that goes well, maybe we dive, I do have a Fox, maybe we do some Fox stuff too. But I started out the channel. Well, I guess technically I started out the channel with the MGB, but the bread and butter has always been the Boss 302. And we're growing in the Fox world here slowly. But it's a slow process, and we're still learning when it comes to that. Okay. But sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm in like 10 conversations right now, and I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing something. But yeah, you guys may have saw my dad is selling his 07 Cali Special. I posted it in the community tab. I was debating he would sell it to me, but I don't have the money for it. So I posted a poll, and maybe some of you guys saw it, and I was debating selling the Fox body to buy it. But I would not get enough for the Fox, I don't think. And also, the people I've met in the Fox world have been so awesome. And just the friends I have here locally, local Fox body group has been phenomenal. And I've got there's some of my best friends. And I don't think I'm willing to step out of that world. And I love the Fox. I used to hate these things when I was growing up. And now that I have one, it's awesome. I love having it. The kids love it. And we're eager to keep the build going. But I do want your guys' opinion on something, all right? Let me ask you here in a second. Oh, yeah, so we talk about next week. I'm hoping to start the boss owner profiles next week. Bring a guy in for a bit, basically go over his build, why he chose the boss, when he got it, how long he's been Mustang, stuff like that. It'll be a part of the live, and then we'll go into our normal kind of format here. But I got a question for you guys, all right? So the Fox body needs some look adjustments here. All right. So I was watching a video on YouTube. All right. And for a while, I did want a cowl hood. Cowls are classic, and I do like the way they look. And I'd still like a cowl hood. But I saw a guy do a video, and it kind of piqued my interest. And the only reason it piqued my interest is because since my dad is trying to sell his Cali Special, he gave me some parts that he wants me to sell for him. And I was like, maybe I could use these on the Fox body. So let me show you real quick. Ugh. All right. So these are going to be grabber orange. So ignore the color, okay? All right. So in here, these are, shoot, the box is going to fall. These are the S197. God, man, the color's bright. S197 hood louvers, all right? There's a video of someone who took these things and they put them basically right along the mini cowl, whatever you want to call it here, but right up here. And it looks pretty freaking cool. So my plan is I think I'm going to buy these from my dad. And what I'm going to do is we're going to scuff them up, get them pretty churned up. And where is it at? I got this stuff here. And then we'll use this stuff that we used on the headlight buckets, the SEM bumper coater, and we'll get it a flat black. So these would, God, I wish that light wasn't so horrible. So these louvers will complement the buckets and the lower, the Mach 1 lip. What do you guys think about that idea? I think it's gonna. I think it'll look cool. There's a video of some guy who's done it on a newer Fox body, but I think it would look good. Hey man, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for thanks for watching the channel, and yeah, you comment a lot, so I do appreciate the fact that you're watching it. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking, Spano. I think it would look good, especially if I turn it black. Fatboy Fox says thumbs up. It was I don't know if you saw them, Chad. They were they're S197 hood louvers. So they're designed for an S197, but the curvature is just right where they can be cut into a Fox hood. And since it's a stock hood, you know, I'm not like super attached to it. The other option is I do have the rattle can. I think it's called Silver Frost or something like that. I can make it. Yeah, they'd be pretty far back. I mean, it'd be really far back there. You can't really. Yeah, it'd be further back. So that's something I think I'm going to do here. But I guess another thing I do want to talk about is this month has been insane. The channel, I don't know what's come over the channel because I'm just doing what I usually do, guys. You know, I just put up content. If you guys have been here long enough, you know what I do for a living. And my time, it just comes and goes depending on what's going on in the world. So I haven't really done anything crazy. I've been putting up content when I can. And for whatever reason, in the past 28 days, we've gained well over 500 subscribers. No idea what's going on or why it's going on, but 500 subscribers in 28 days or over 528 days. So I feel very blessed and fortunate. And I appreciate everybody who's jumped in. And if anyone's new and is just not talking here, I know we only got 12 people in here right now, but man, it's been wild. I can't believe we're gonna hit 4,000. If the trend keeps up, we're gonna hit 4,000 like mid-February. But yeah, definitely want to get some more. So I still got the draggy videos to do. We got to do shorts help a bit. The shorts definitely help, but it's not even like all the shorts, Fatboy Fox. There's like it's one short. It's one that did pretty well. I do have we got a couple of videos still coming up. You guys saw the last video I did that broke Brad. Awesome subscriber, Brad. I don't know if you're here, but thanks. He sent me Flowmaster Outlaws to test out on the boss, and we're going to do the Roush Flowmaster shootout kind of thing. Still got to do the draggy video where we see if we're not going to do anything crazy because I'm not going to get in trouble, obviously doing what I do for a living. But we're going to do 0 to 60 times, and we're going to see if I can, whatever our 0 to 60 I do in the Fox, if I can cut it in half with the boss. I'm kind of thinking I might be able to. Just for a record, before so it's flat tap at V8. Before I installed long tubes, best 0 to 60 I got out of this thing was like 9.6. It was awful. And those were the Iron Pig like exhaust manifolds that like choke it down real bad. So with the long tubes, no cats, I'm hoping it breathes a little better. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Don't get them going, Chad. Don't get them going. What's up? Oh, the Mike hopped in here too. What's up, Mike? I know why you're an all-American Mustang family, bros. Living that dream. Yeah, even the kids got them, all three of them. So, as you guys saw, and I'm not going to do a lot of videos on these because I know my base is Mustangs, right? My base is cars stuff. But I did pick up a camper, and I am going to do some videos on it. And there's a reason, because I bought a 2023. And the video I put up was literally the first 2023 video for that camper outside of what Camping World themselves put up. So, like, it's going to get views. It's already starting to get views. And the reason I'm doing it is solely to help with the Paxton Fund for the boss. I'm just, I know it's going to be one of those things that keeps getting views in the background, even if like my main base isn't watching it. So if you guys don't watch the camper stuff, definitely not going to hurt my feelings. There's going to be a few things that I am putting up on it just because I think it's going to generate some channel revenue to help with the builds. Let's see. What's up, Ford Blue? But I got like I got some drama right now going on with Camper World. They had something listed as a feature that I paid for, and they're trying to tell me it was like an after add-on, but it's listed in the features with other things that are on the camper that I paid for. So yeah, I'm gonna probably create if they don't hook me up with it, I'm probably gonna create a pretty, I don't know. I'm hoping it's a pretty polarizing / antagonizing video, because if I can get like the Camper World set off on it and just like, here you go, send that off, then I don't like if that video blows up, hopefully it'll help, it'll help a lot. Well, we got that it's a teeny little camper. It's only 17 feet. But you know what? Like, and I honestly, like, I didn't want to spend that much money on it. I didn't want to spend money on a camper really at all. But like, we were getting to a point where, Leighton's he's 8 and they're not getting any younger. And we decided that the memories that we're going to make with the boys is worth more than the money that we're spending on it. So we went ahead and just pulled the trigger. Stretch yourself thin, man. I get you. Yeah, right now, my issue is right now. So the reason the draggy video is not getting done this week, hopefully maybe in the week following, or maybe even the Flowmaster video. Right now, the boss is blocked in. The camper is blocking the boss. It won't be for long. I got to put it in storage. I'm not allowed to keep it in my yard because of my homeowners association. But for right now, it's parked there because it's plugged in. It's the only. My dad came. I had a deal with my dad. He helped me install shore power, and I detailed his 07. So you guys will see a video of his 07. I'm not sure how great the content I got on it was because I want it. If you're into cars, right, you get really fixated, and so you might become like a perfectionist. I really like. When I detail something, I like it to be perfect. I like it to be perfect, and I was rushed. My dad was finished with his electrical work way before I was done with his car. So I did the best I could to detail it the best I could, and the pictures I posted are with the result. Still needed some more work. I would have, if he's debating leaving it with me for me to sell it, but I'm hoping that he's parking the brakes because I just found out the local Marine Corps Air Station to me, they were doing autocross last year, and last year was supposed to be the last year they did it. Well, I've just found out that they are doing it this year for sure. So when I told that to my dad, he said, maybe we can wait a minute. So I'm hoping maybe he'll keep his car, or maybe something will happen where I can acquire it. I don't know. I don't think But I don't think there's a world where I have 3 Mustangs. I don't think there is. At least at this point in my life. Got a shipping number today. What shipping number are we talking about? Or shipping tracking number? What are we talking about, Fortech? No. No, that's not happening. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm baking on, Stupid Fast. I'm kind of hoping that, like, you know, I'm just going to post my experience, and maybe it'll be, you know, people will be like, oh, yeah, I bought that too. And maybe I should have got that. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. His winnings. What are you talking about, Stupid Fast? What'd you win? All right, I'm missing something. All right, Fortech. Spill the beans. What you win? I actually don't. I think I'm subscribed to the Foxcast, but I haven't been like invested in his channel from the beginning. So I think like when I see some of you guys I've talked to frequently, when I do have time to watch videos, I try and watch your guys' stuff. So I'm not gonna spill the beans. Actually, there's nothing to spill. Huge prizes. I know he's got some big prizes, man. No, I didn't hear, man. I get isolated in my world sometimes. No, I didn't know Fortech. My bad. Oh, there's only 9 people. We can talk about it. If only you guys knew how close another fellow YouTuber almost came to being a boss owner. If only you guys knew. It was close. The only thing that stopped it is that it sold before he called the dealer. I ordered an MGW shifter today, and he sent me an email saying the boss knob won't fit the shifter. Eris. That's interesting. All right, I got a couple of recommendations. I mean, they should send you a ball with the shifter. Does it not come with a ball? Because they sell the balls. If they don't sell the ball you want, because I have a boss ball I have a ball that says Boss 302 from MGW on mine. And I'm keeping it just in case I ever want to go back to it. And I've also got the Boss 302 ball. And my Boss 302 ball that I had, I guess it was an aftermarket one. Yeah, it worked. Nate Marcy says it fits. But I was going to say, what I recommend, Nate, is, or not Nate, Eris, is just customize it. Like nifty shifters. I've got the best shift knob that exists on any car. The most perfect shift knob ever on the Boss. And if you haven't seen that short video, then you're missing out on something. I'm telling you. I thought that, you know, I might not be like a comedian or even a great actor, but I thought that video was great. Well, Boss Man, do you have the original Boss? Do you have the ball that came with the car? Because you might have so I have a Boss ball, but it says Boss 302 on the side. What? Holy cow. That's awesome, Fortech. Hey, man, congrats, Fortech. That is sick. Hey, and yeah, man, hit me if you're on Facebook or Instagram, Eris. I don't know if we've talked on those platforms before. I talked to a ton of people. Lately, I've been talking to a lot of boss owners, which is pretty awesome. I love that I'm actually getting a lot more. I love that as the channel grows, I'm able to get more involved with the boss community. And I think that's really cool because it's such a small group. compared to some of the other Mustangs. Hey, Brad, what's up, man? Just talking about you briefly. Talking about doing the Axleback shootout soon. Right now, the boss is stuck in the garage. It's blocked in by the camper, but it'll be moving here next week. It should be moving next week. I got to get the storage spot for it. Yeah, that's different though than the OEM ball. Oh, you want one that looks like the original? Well, I mean, you can even get the original, from what I remember, is just all black, right? I have one that was made that's black, but it has Boss 302 etched in the sides, and that's what I recommend. Oh, there you go. Nate says his factory ball works. Oh, if it does, yeah, just test it out. I mean, worst case scenario, it doesn't. I mean, in my opinion, the shifter ball is small, especially once you get that MGW on there, man. Night and day difference. Yeah, but you didn't see a 2020 GT5 or newer GT500 shifter ball. Maybe it does. I don't know, Eris. When I got my car, it might, and maybe Nate can speak to that better. I have a ball that says Boss 302 on the side. My car came with the MGW ball, and it's kind of like, here, I'll show you the ball that MGW gave me. Hold on, if I can find it real quick. All right. So this one is the MGW ball. This is the one I got. Now, I think they did away with the texture and it's all flat, but this one, obviously, as you can see, has been used. This MGW shifter has been on the car, I think, since it was like 1,000 miles. And now it's at like, I don't know, like 60. I think it's at 66,000 now. Oh, no. Wilson is still on the car. Wilson is very popular. I love Wilson. I think having the Wilson shift knob is the funniest thing ever, especially it being an MT82. If it ever blows up live on a video, you're going to hear me scream Wilson, and it's going to be like a real one. It's not going to be like acting. Well, let me shut the door so I'm not killing my battery with the freaking... Yeah, the Boss, like, I got to change the brakes on the Boss like bad. They're bad. They're squeaking and making all sorts of noise. Yeah, that's what I thought. The factory ball has nothing on it. If yours says Boss 302 on the side, that means that was aftermarket. Someone bought it. Yeah, I highly recommend Nifty Shifters. Nifty Shifters does they make some good stuff. I bought the Wilson ball from them, and I've bought another ball from them at one point. I don't remember when it was. It was a while ago. Yeah, Eris, I have that. I think I have that ball. And I don't know where it is. I thought it was right here. Should be here somewhere. Of course, it's when you're looking for stuff, you can't ever find it. But I'm pretty sure I've got that ball. And if it's the same one I've got, then it will fit. Guaranteed. Yeah, I can't find it. It's here somewhere. Oh well. That's a problem to have. You got a nice paperweight. But yeah, I got to do a brake job on the Boss, and I think when I do the brakes up front, I'm debating if I want to try this stuff because I do want it to look glossy, and I don't think this. I mean, this is a brush on, so I'm not sure I want to use this stuff. I got this as a Christmas present, so I need to start watching some videos on this and seeing like how this is going to come out. Because I don't want anything that's not going to be glossy. I already have the Brembo decals, so like what I would do is I would paint it and then put the Brembo stickers on and then get if there's such thing as high, there's got to be a high temperature clear, but I'd clear coat over the decals. Oh God! Oh God! Oh no! Like the worst thing ever has just happened. Oh no. Metal zip ties have fallen out of their bag and everywhere. So we got a couple options for the Fox body this year. I could stick with the exhaust I'm running right now, and it sounds good, or we can go louder. I've got the Flowmaster Super 10s that are sitting right here on the ground next to me, and we could also install those. But with the crappy transmission I have, the transmission is probably on its way out. The shifts are super long and lazy. I just think it's on its way out. If I don't shift it myself, then it takes it a second. So. And it can't figure out what gear it wants to be in. I'm pretty sure the torque converter is going out. What are you talking about, Chad? Are you talking about what I'm using? So you've used that duplicolor kit? That's what I want to hear. I want to hear real life testimonies from my compatriots who I talked to. And I mean, that's something I'm considering, Katerina. I'd like to do T5 swap, but also it's nice having the automatic because if I can ever get the missus into the car scene, you know, it's nice for her to just have a car she can just pull out, take down the street. I don't have to worry about her messing anything up or, you know, her struggling. Just let her drive it, let her enjoy it, if she'll enjoy it. It's that caliper paint. I would use that on the Fox. So you wouldn't use that on the Boss? Because I'm trying to yeah, I want to paint the Boss ones red. You don't think it would look good on the Boss Brembos? Yeah, so we are. Hold on one second. Let me check something real quick. Where are we? We are, haven't looked today. We are 121 subs away from 4,000, which is insane because I hit 3,000 literally like right before the new year. That's crazy. That is crazy. No, I do not have an AOD. So my Fox used to be a V6 car, 3.8, and so not the previous owner, but the owner before him. Someone took a flat tappet 5.0 out of a old Thunderbird, and they put that in there with the and they put that in there, and they put it up to the C5 trans that was in there. So the C5, I want to say it's a 3-speed with no overdrive, and it is horrible. Like anything over 70 miles an hour, and I feel like my engine's gonna explode. It needs something. It needs a change. I'd like to ditch the C5. I want an AOD. I definitely would love to get an AOD. MJI actually reached out to me, and there was a motor. The guy had it listed. It was kind of, I don't know if I bought it, but he said it was like 2 hours away from MJI, and he was going to go get it for me, but I told him no, it's too far. The guy had it for like $50. It was a 5.0 trans combo, and it had the AOD attached. I think you wanted like $50 for it. So it sounded not real, but you never know. Yeah, that's too much. That's too rich for my blood, Ford Tech. Honestly, if I had the $13.95 Ford Tech, that'd be going in the Paxton Fund. So in my mind, to get the Paxton on the Boss, I think my goal is $5,000. I think if I can get $5,000, I could get a good used kit. And matter of fact, right now I know exactly where there's a Paxton kit that came off a Boss that I could get for $4,000 right now. Speak of the devil, there's MJI. What's up, MJI? I was just talking about that motor trans combo you sent me a while ago, or a few weeks ago, with that AOD, and that you said it was like 2 hours away, and I'm like, no, you can't go get that. That's too far. Plus 250 cord charge. That's how they get you. It is really cold in my garage, guys. So yeah, I got to start picking some. I do need to pick. Yeah, he was doing it for me, and then we would have met up somewhere in between and trade and handed it off. But like it's too far, and I can I appreciated the offer, but the man has done a lot for me and helped me a lot. So he doesn't need to go that far. So I'm trying to pick the events I want to do this year. There's definitely some uncertainty. Oh, I don't know how I forgot to bring this up. So I have called Skip Barber Racing. So if you've been part of the channel for a bit, you guys know I won the Skip Barber Racing Intro to Racing School voucher. So initially that was going to be up at Lime Rock Park in Connecticut, and I was going to go last October, but due to work, I had to push it, and they said that as long as I schedule it before a year within winning the voucher, then I'm good to go. So I'm still within that window, and I called them, and they said the schedule's still not up yet because it's winter. However, they said there might be intro to racing opportunities that are actually closer to me, vice all the way up in Connecticut. Connecticut would have been nice because I could have visited relatives and I would have had free lodging. But, if it's like, say it's somewhere in Atlanta, like what I'd probably do is just tow my camper down there, stay in my camper, go to the racing school, and then leave, But they're talking about it might be Road Atlanta, might have it at VIR, stuff like that. So I'd love to do either of those tracks. I know it doesn't, man. I know it doesn't. And you're a great friend, but I just you guys know how I am. I get a little, I don't like feeling like I don't want anyone to ever feel like I'm taking advantage of anybody because I it's not how I am. I feel like everything should be earned. And so like when Broke Brad sent the axle backs, like I asked him, like, hey man, what do you want for him? I still have I don't know. I get weird about that kind of stuff because I'm trying to raise my kids kind of like the same way, you know. All right, let's see. But yeah, so I'm trying to pick out the events I'm doing this year. Definitely going to hit the Intro to Racing School. Like I'm still planning on doing that. Foxtoberfest is on the schedule. I do plan on going to Foxtoberfest again. So what's going to happen with that is I'm planning on buying my spot for Foxtoberfest, and I was told by Jen from Fox Resto had mentioned me having a YouTuber's booth next year or this year. And I'm not sure if they're going to remember that. I'm not, they might not, whatever. Honestly, I also don't know how that'll work because I don't plan on staying at my car the whole time. Like I'm going to enjoy the event with my boys. And so I'm going to walk around. I'm going to go talk to my friends, MJI, Fat Boy Fox, everybody who shows up. Right. I'm not going to just stay at my car. So, I'm not going to have someone to watch my stuff constantly. So I don't know how I feel about that. Cause the way I would probably do it, honestly, is I'd probably tow the Fox out there. If it has the new motor, awesome. If it has a new motor, awesome. That's the goal. New motor plus the top, plus possibly these hood louvers. MJI, we talked about the hood louvers idea that I sent you. So a couple other changes to the Fox, change it from last year, make it look cooler, always improving, right? So I'd probably have that there, but if the motor's not in the car, what I would do is I would haul the motor out there and I would have it on the stand at my booth or whatever, showing like the plans for the channel. Because a lot of these other guys, you got Neo, you got Gearhead. These guys have super nice cars, and their purposes are different. You got Neo's just drag racing. You got Brutal. You got all these guys with different builds, and I'm definitely, I would say, the most meek. It's definitely the most meek build, but I really love wrenching on this car, and I'm very proud of just in the year of ownership I've had it, the night and day difference from what it was when I got it. Like when I got this car, it was nothing compared to what it is right now, as far as looks are concerned. Let's see. That'd be awesome. I'm looking into fixing a friend's 83 5-liter swapped Mustang for some cash and dyno time. Gonna throw the 81 Mustang on dyno, see what she's at after all the upgrades. See, I'd throw my Fox on the dyno, but I'd be scared that it'd be less than the 155 that I think it's at. Oh, there you go, Zach. Yeah, there's a lot of people in this chat who've been trying to get me to Ford Takeover. And, man, if I was I don't know, a little further west in North Carolina, maybe. But, I am as far east as east gets. All right. We've been going. I thought I heard something in here. I mean, that's probably right about what I'm at, honestly. I mean, maybe with the headers I'm making a little more, but I'm not making much. I know that. And it just sounds, but at least it sounds better than it did when I got it. It sounds a lot better. And it's definitely a little zippier than when I got it. The only other thing I could do, honestly, and I'd probably have to, I'd be seriously consulting Ford Blue a lot. If I wanted to run the flat Tappet 5.0 for a while, I would clean up this guy, rebuild this Holly, and we'd throw this on the flat Tappet motor. And I'm still considering that. I need to learn the requisites and everything that I need to have in order to do that. Jay, I've actually done the drag strip. The Boss, I've run the strip once. And it was it was a learning experience for me. I only made 2 passes because I was honestly there I was there to see my buddy run. He had a 2015 that he had a Paxton that he swapped over to a Whipple and then put a Power Glide trans on. And I was watching his car run, and I decided to make 2 passes while I was there. My tires were the original Pirellis, super bald, horrible, and I ran a 12.8 with really, really bad tires. So now that I've got newer rubbers on, I'd like to run it again and see where I'm at, because the crazy thing about this guy, the thing that blows my mind, about my channel is you see a lot of other channels that are going nuts and making crazy modifications to cars and just doing and it's awesome. It's really cool. And it's really cool that these guys can do that kind of stuff. I do what I can when I can, but that car back there, that red car, is still on a stock tune. That is a stock tune car, and the channel is where it is. And I'm very proud of that, and I appreciate all the subscribers and all the guys who view the channel, especially because I haven't really changed my formula. I'm just filming events and things I enjoy doing with my children to be able to reflect on it later. I already do that. I watch in videos that are 2 or 3 years old. It's crazy because my middle child's only 5 now, but he was 2 when a lot of these were filmed, and it's just nicely edited home movies for me. Ford takeovers in Jackson, Tennessee. Oh, Chad said it right there. Yeah, Foxes do take a lot of love, and I was thinking for a while, guys. I was contemplating selling the Fox to buy my dad's car. I was contemplating it, but the people I've met in the Fox world, it's been such a positive community. Honestly, I've not really met any toxicity from that world that I don't want to get rid of it. It's the right kind of people that I want to be around. Hey, nice. A lot of people I know who drag race theirs end up getting a pretty good boost to their social medias. Yeah, and I do plan on Jay. I do plan on running it this year. A lot of the issue has been, Jay. Like I said, I do everything I do. For the most part, my children are involved. I'm not gonna go out. I'm not that guy who's gonna go out, film a video, and say, "Hey, wife, I need you to watch the kids." Right? My kids want to be a part of it, so I'm gonna make them a part of it. I want them to be a part of it. It's stuff that, when I was a boy, I would have loved it if my dad had had something like this. We just never had this kind of thing or the means to do it. So I do plan on running the car at the track. On top of that, I was just talking about it earlier in the stream. The local air base, the Marine Corps Air Station, is doing autocross again. They were supposed to cancel it, and they brought it back. So I am going to do autocross this year. I have to do it. I've wanted to do it. I was actually March 2020. I was scheduled to run autocross. Leighton was going to run, or my oldest son was going to run the go-karts, because they used to have a go-kart program for SCCA for the kids, and they got rid of it because of COVID, I think. Maybe they brought it back this year. I'll look into it. But Leighton was so excited about that, and he was asking me about it every day. And then 2 weeks out, the COVID pandemic kicked off, canceled my autocross event, canceled Leighton's. And that was one of those moments that was soul crushing as a father, having to tell your son, hey, this is the thing you've been looking forward to for months is gone. We can't do it, buddy. And then COVID was so new that adults didn't understand. And so how do you explain that to a child, right? Yeah, no rush. Don't rush it. Cars are yeah, man. That's true. That's been my philosophy the whole time, Jay. I do what I can when I can. The reason I've advertised to the channel that I am doing a Paxton savings is because if I don't talk about it here, whenever I do save up enough, I'll feel guilty about spending it on the Paxton. This is my way of keeping me on track. So if I, the fact that I'm talking about it on here, if that little bank gets enough money to buy Paxton, that's where it's going. My 86 302 is out of 88 T-Bird non-HO. Has an MSD box, Blaster 2 coil, no emissions, Holly 600 cab, Vintage 60 Shelby aftermarket intake, and that's basically it for power adders. You know what that's making about Catarina possibly? I would put the intake and Holly on the 302 that's in your Fox now. You can still build the roller, and when the roller's ready, you can swap over the intake and carb. Yeah, and I think that's the plan, MJI. I need to learn how to do that. I need to learn how to make that swap and do it safely because. So I used to have carbs on the MGB. Those carbs were super easy to run, super simple. I've never worried about fires on that carb for whatever reason. I know several people whose carb Fox bodies have caught on fire. And that kind of worries me a little bit. I don't want to be that guy to do it wrong, and then my car catches on fire. The day we throw a carburetor on there is the day I kick up the insurance coverage another $3,000. We'll call it because it's a power adder and it's faster. 130 dyno tune. Pretty. Oh, wow. Wow. Do you still have the stock exhaust manifolds on there, Katarina? It is cold. Yeah, those stock headers are awful. They are terrible. I know exactly. They're the ones that we pulled off. We took those off and we put on the long tubes. Well, mine's a tired engine too. It was sitting for a long time. Matter of fact, so I met up with MJ. I went to Foxtoberfest, and when we were going to Foxtoberfest, I met up with MJI, and we cruised over there together. And his car is beautiful. It's running great. And I liked cruising with him because when we got up to the highway, I was definitely clearing out the cobwebs. That motor had not run like that in a minute. And so it was something that needed to blow out all that carbon crap. And I'm still blowing out carbon. I need to another project I need to do is I need to put the sorry guys. The delete plate, the emissions delete plate, whatever the heck it's called. The God, what is it called? The delete plate on the back. Oh my God, I'm blanking out on what it's called. Summit Racing, ready to run, billet distributors. We'll wake that car up. So that you think that'll fit? EGR delete. That's it. Thank you. Gosh, I was blanking out. Yeah, the EGR valve. I need to delete that. Yeah, so I need one for the flat tappet. That's what I need. And a lot of people said that too, but like Chad, honestly, like if I have the money, then I want to build the roller motor because it's on the stand. And honestly, like I love the fact that I have an engine on a stand because not only am I learning, but I'm able to like impart that knowledge on my kid. Leighton's interested in it. It's all a matter of getting the parts to do it. Awesome, Fortec. Man, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. I need to win a supercharger. That's what I need. I need to win one. I thought it. So Mystic, Modify My Stang. They do waffles all the time for blowers. And I entered a few of them. Then I was like, you know what? I need to just start throwing this money in a savings because I'm never going to win this. And I'll never save up enough if I keep spending it on waffles. Oh, that's even better, Fortec. That's even better. Comp cams makes their cams. Okay, you're saying comp cams makes. Okay, got it. Man, it's already been an hour. A lot of the usual suspects aren't even in here, which is pretty interesting. Ah, got you, Fortec. I actually have I've got some LS coil packs. So a neighbor of mine moved out, and it was a while ago, and she said that she had some parts for a Camaro because her dad passed, and she had a bunch of car parts she was trying to get rid of. So I've got some LS coil packs and a Vortec distributor of some sort that are sitting here that I'd let go. I'm trying to sell here locally. Oh yeah, well I can definitely tell. I can definitely tell there's a little more zip to it than there was. Yeah, that's that means there's something. Yeah, that 302 is probably tired, like you said. I haven't monetized Instagram, and I'm not. I've only got like 1,000 something followers on Instagram, and I don't know. I also don't monetize my TikToks yet either because of obviously what I do for a living. So not ready to surrender it to China. Well, that's good to know though, Chad. I mean, probably get a little bit probably cheaper for the summit, right, than the comps, even though they're made the same. Well, it's almost a muffler delete, but it's not. I'm old fashioned that way, stupid fast. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to hear them too because they were actually one of the they were one of the axle backs I was initially looking at, and that I was looking for a set online. I don't know. There's some people that seem to do okay on there. Yeah, I hear you, and I do get that too, super fast. Like I debated doing it for a long time, but there's really nothing on my phone. Oh, I hear you, Fortec. Yeah, I actually got a ban on there one time. So I was doing a live stream on there, and I called it like cigars and cars. I was smoking a cigar, and I got banned for that. For I don't know, maybe they thought it was something else. I don't know, but I think so. TK's garage. I talk to him pretty frequently. He has a handler on TikTok, and so I think he talked to somebody for me, and all magically I was no longer banned. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I like that. They would hack me and say, "Dude, you need to get a life." I don't know, stupid fast. I'm surprised. I don't go through there too often, but like when I do scroll through, I'm surprised at some of the people that you see on there. And there is just some mind-numbing garbage. A lot of it is, man. It's ridiculous. Like when you see a guy just, I don't know, I'll make me laugh or something like that, or I don't know, people just sitting there standing there to get someone to make them laugh. Whatever. Maybe I sound like an old fart when I complain about that stuff. Hey, what's up, Colton? Why is everything's highlighted? There we go. All right. I guess I can pin the link just in case people want to come in for a bit. I'm willing to keep going, but I think I've used up all my topics. Oh, sugar. Scratching up my headlight buckets with my chair here. Crap. Oh, well. I'm going to pin this link real quick, guys. Bear with me. If no one hops in. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, the offers for the car, the SEO offers. Man, I don't give a rat's behind. Like, people like me, great. If they don't like me, also great. My existence is peaceful. TikTok's crazy, though. Like, I'll put a video on TikTok, and it'll get 600,000 views, right? And same short on YouTube will get 2,000. It's kind of funny how it works out. Sometimes it'll get less than that. Well, Colton, if you're thinking about camming your boss, man, you're talking some money. Yeah, I mean, part of my growth this past month, or a huge part of my growth this past month, Stupid Fast, has been one short. I'm doing all right. I do okay with shorts, and I try not to. I don't want to annoy people. I really don't. But obviously, you're trying to help the channel a little bit, right? The way I see it, like if the shorts help get a few subs, then like the majority of those people are probably only watching the shorts. You probably get a few that'll start watching your long form stuff. Like a matter of fact, I think last live stream we had a new sub hop in here from the shorts, I believe. It is really cold in my garage. I think I might actually end this, guys. Talked about everything I want to talk about. Unless anybody else has got stuff they want to talk about real quick. Yeah, where is Sublime? See, Stupid Fast, I'm not used to this. Like, usually we got the people that are trying to goad me to stay longer. And, like, right now I'm actually willing to stay longer. It's just cold. So, like, my normal, like, I need to have the conversation piece here at the end. Like, I like having my opening to where I just kind of say what I want to talk about and talk about it. And then moving into, chatting with my friends. But we're But yeah, so next week, guys, I think I do plan on having a starting the stream off with a boss owner and kind of talking about his car and just doing one of our first boss build streams, talking about a subscriber's car for a boss, and I think we'll start that next week, and we'll see how that goes, and we'll determine if we want to keep going that way. Not going to do it every week. Not going to even do it multiple weeks a month. It'll probably be a once a month thing. Probably pick like the third or fourth month or day of the, third or fourth Tuesday of the month. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, third or fourth Tuesday of the month. You gotta mute the video. I think you're good. What's up, Nate?
Not much.
What you been up to?
Not much, but I actually wanted to show Euros. This is what the factory ball looks like. So this shank is actually, I don't think on any other shifter other than the factory one. So if yours doesn't have this, it's probably not the original shifter. So that might help to get insured. I actually got on MGW's website, and I got on the Boss 302 pages and looked and seen other people's. So,
and you could talk directly to George Ciamillo. I can't pronounce his last name. He's on Facebook, and he's the president or whatever of MGW, and he's real personable. And you can pretty much message him, and he'll answer any questions you got.
What's his name?
It's like George Ciamillo or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know he was on there.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I've asked him questions a few times because I was trying to figure out, so I've got the MGW on my stock trans. Eventually, I'm going to have to relocate that to my Stage 3. And I also got to convert Stage 3 from S550 S197 at some point. And I wanted to also make sure the BMR safety loop is not going to interfere with the MGW.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, they have that flat. I was actually looking on their website. They have the flat basically flat stock. Is that screw on to the shifter and then you screw the ball onto it just for looks? And do they sell a boot for that?
You talking about the flat stick?
Yeah. I was looking
know.
at it. It looks like they have the regular stick, and it almost looks like just a piece, just enough so you can see it. Because I kind of like the way it looks.
Yeah.
I'm getting it for mine, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to go guessing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've seen that one too, and I do like the way it looks also. My only thought about it was if it extends my throw at all, I don't want it. But if it's the same and it looks better, then yeah, I mean, I was interested in it as well.
That was something I've never really paid much attention to, is how much throw they have. Like, I got mine and I never noticed much difference, but I've also drove pickup trucks all my life. So, I mean, the throw on those are 5 foot.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because I went from my car, I drove a S550 with a Barton, and I like the MGW more than the Barton. I thought the shifts were more secure. And then I drove a stock MT82 in a 2015, and it was definitely noticeable. Like the shift, the length of the throws were way smaller.
Gotcha.
So what projects you got going on with your car? You got any videos coming up?
So I started the channel because I got this car. But I made an agreement with myself and my girlfriend that I wouldn't modify it until we finish our house projects and I finish the truck that you see behind me. So you'll probably see content on that truck before you see anything with the car. Granted, I did put a couple thousand into the car with the clutch. I did everything with the clutch all at once in September. And then I put lower control arms on it, upper control arm on it. I changed the bushing on the diff. And I put the adjustable panel bar on it to try to help with handling and try to keep the transmission from having any issues in the future, even though it didn't seem to have a whole lot of lockout. I did get it a few times, but...
And you didn't film any of that?
I didn't start the channel at that point.
No, I got you.
I literally started the channel. I got back and I started my channel, and I'm like, man, this has been great because I did it on my dad's lift. It took me 2 days.
Well, honestly, So that 2-day project would have taken you probably 4 days with filming.
Well, and my dad lived 6 hours away, so he had to lift. So I had to kind of make it was family time. My family was in for the family reunion, so
Yeah.
I did it in the meantime. So, but I did take all of that stuff, the lower control arms and the upper control arms, all off.
Yeah,
I was going down for Foxtober, or I actually was going down to my brother's in Charlotte. It was the same weekend as Foxtoberfest, and I didn't even know it. And like 2 hours before I needed to go to bed to go to work the next day, I took my car out after putting all that on, and all I hear was rear end noise. And I'm like, I can't, I don't want to hear this the whole way to North Carolina.
The rattle, the knocking.
No, I could hear the gears.
Oh,
and I actually asked on the page 3 or 4 days ago if that's normal, and they all said, yeah, that's normal. So, and there was actually a few guys that said, good. I actually didn't know that. I was wondering what the noise was. So I took it all back off at 1 a.m. So I'll be putting it all back on now that I know that I'm not opening Pandora's box of problems.
Yeah, because so I got an issue. I got to change. I think I got to change some control arm bushings because I'm getting I had the same issue on my 05 before I traded in. It's starting to knock on light bumps, and so I think one of the bushings are just shot, and I need to swap them out.
I wish I knew what this car was like with the actually factory shocks on it.
It's not. I mean, it's not bad. I think I'm still at stock height. I don't think the guy ever adjusted the suspension. I put the Roush side skirts on, and I often have people that think I'm lowered because of them because it makes it look like it's sitting lower, but it's not. When you look at the back tire, you can tell. But I've debated whether or not I want to adjust the suspension. I don't think I'm going to touch it at all until I put the one piece on because I don't want to mess around with the pinion angle. I just want to bolt it right on and be able to run it and not have to worry about it.
I got you. That was the reason why I put all that stuff on. It looks like whoever probably owned the car before me, they took the original shocks off of it, so they're not on it. It's got 50-50 drag shocks on it now.
Okay.
It already had the lower control arm relocation brackets to lower them, but it had all the factory stuff on it. So I don't know if they just bought it and started to do something with it. The last owner, from what I could see, my big thing with buying this car, I didn't want one with more than 2 owners, and I didn't want one with over 30,000, but I didn't want one with 5 either. I wanted somebody that actually took theirs and drove it some.
Yeah, you don't want one that's been sitting forever because then you might be causing all the issues.
Yeah, and I didn't want one with 60 because I'm like, well, somebody's already partially used it up. So I felt 30. I actually found one with 18 the same day I went and bought this one in Ohio. And I called the dealership and they're like, yeah, we have, what was it?
So
somebody already put money down on it. And they're like, yeah, they should be coming down. I was like, okay, that day. Now at this point, I've been shopping for a Mustang for 6 months, making sure I'm not buying the wrong thing. I found this one had double the miles, but it was closer. I called the dealership and he says, yeah, we don't take no deposits at all. He says, you show up and I'll bring it out. And I called him. I literally drove from my house. That was at 2:30 on a Friday. I drove to Philadelphia that night, stayed the night. I called him at 8:30 in the morning the next day, and he was just astonished. He was like, oh, I didn't really believe you thought you were going to come. I'm like, well, do you have the car? He's like, yeah, you're going to have to give me an hour. I got to go get it out of storage. And what I seen on the Carfax is it looks like it sat for 1.5 years on dealership lots. So,
well, save all that good stuff, man, because
I got you.
If this boss thing if we can get some more boss people in here, we'll get you on one of the features, and that way, hopefully, it'll help your channel out too.
Something I do want to ask is what's your plan to do with? Are you going to keep both exhausts after you do a comparison, or?
It depends. It depends on how much I like it. I might. So Brad has given me his blessing, and I'd asked, I talked to him about it, and if I keep, I really do like the Roush. So if I keep the Flowmasters on, then I'm probably keeping the Roush.
All right.
If I don't want to keep the Flowmasters, then he told me to sell it and put it towards the Paxton fund. So
perfect.
I'm probably going to do that because that's going to be a long, slow hill to climb. It's going to take me a minute because I am doing that completely from channel revenue, and I'll talk to you more about that offline. But it's you don't make a lot doing this. So.
It's all good. If anybody thinks they're going to do this and jump right into it and think they're great, like my buddies just found out about my channel 2 nights ago. Like I refuse to share it with anybody. It was one of those things. This was my thing to do, and they found it, and I went, well, there goes the neighborhood. Everybody will know. And now they're giving me, oh, you got all these ideas, and they want me to basically do videos like, I'm sure you've seen Whistling Diesel.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way my buddies are with all their vehicles. And they're
Yeah.
like, you got to do a bunch of those. And I'm like, well, guys, get a camera and start a YouTube channel. You're going to find out it ain't that easy.
Yeah.
If you
It
want to do
takes
it.
time, and then it takes consistency to get caught, unless you get like lucky and you have something hit big early. But yeah, I mean, it's honestly, and like you can get real sucked into it real fast if you're not careful. And so the fact that I've kind of kept it more of a personal thing to me, as far as like, my hobby and documenting what I want to document, it's kind of, prevented me from getting too worked up and caught into it. Cause I do know people who, there's nobody in here, but there's a person who used to message me frequently, is not in the chat, and they're not from my core group, but he used to message me on Facebook constantly how he was going to be like the next big thing, and I was like, oh, cool, man, good for you, good luck. But like, I just, if people watch my stuff, that's fantastic. If not, you know what, like that's not why I'm doing it anyway. I have a job, a normal job, and I like, this is like my play money to help me play with my projects a little bit. But otherwise, the important thing is like enjoying quality time with my kids, and that's kind of what I'm all about. They're not going to be small forever, so I got to enjoy it while I can.
Yeah.
What's up, Ford? So we got some people. Sublime's in the house. Let's see.
Hey, Sublime finally made it on.
Yeah, Gary's here. And, Gary, I was really close to just calling it quits because nobody was here to kind of keep trying to prompt me to go another 15 minutes. But
I was going to get on last week, and I literally grabbed all my stuff, grabbed my hat, because I'm just sitting out in the garage.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll get on. And I walk out, and you're like, we're wrapping it up. I'm like, oh, there goes that. And I'm sitting here tonight, and I'm like, great, I'm going to get on tonight, and he ain't even going to open it up.
No, I was actually, so it's just really cold out here. But, yeah, I got some projects that I'm pretty excited about. Some of the videos I got coming up. It's all about finding time to get them filmed.
Yeah, that's the big key. And sometimes I start to understand where you watch people's videos and you almost wonder, when do they do this stuff on their own? Because it almost seems like a lot of people film their daily life. And I'm like, I could never do that. It takes everything I have to do like one a week.
Yep. And like some of the things so I want to do the Roush Flowmaster shootout, right? Well, some things I can do myself. I can get POV driving pretty easy. I can strap a GoPro right above the muffler, get that audio. But like stuff like putting my kids, put a camera outside, right? That's gonna be like finding the right place to where like it's not gonna be far. Like you're not gonna see me hitting it, because I'm probably gonna take Leighton with me somewhere where I know that we're safe and he's safe, and I'm gonna put him down and just have him record it and record the difference. But like, you're not going to see the crazy 100-mile-an-hour flyby for me, because I'm a little more responsible than that. But hold on, what's this? Extra minutes on the magic book. Hey, Sublime, I don't know what that means, but whatever.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out what exhaust I would want to do when I actually do work on this car. And the Roush, that's all I've ever wanted was a Roush or a Flowmaster. And I don't like the ones you're getting ready to put on yours. I don't like the Outlaws, and that's what I think those are.
Yeah, they're Outlaws.
Yeah, if you get the Thunder, what is it? The Thunder series or something like that?
Yeah.
The next one down. I think they're Super 44s.
Chambered mufflers. I think so. When I was younger than I am right now, all I wanted was crazy loud sound.
Yeah, no.
Well, now I want the tone. I want the right tone, and I think, like I was telling Broke Brad, I've been talking to him a lot. The guy who sent me these, and I reckon like AWE. I had the chance to get AWE or the Roush, and I got the Roush, and I kind of regret it because AWE sound really good, and it's a very refined sound. It's a very clean sound. It's a very crisp sound. Roush is loud, raspy. Sounds good. I do like it. I like it a lot, but I think like as I'm maturing a little bit, I kind of want like just the right tone. But
I
for
want the
now,
tone that I want the tone everybody hears, and I don't inside the car. That's hard to find in some exhaust systems. You can buy them and they're loud, but the problem is they're almost louder inside.
And we got Stupid Fast Truck with a $10 Paxton Fun. Might have it by 20. You're not lying, man. You're not lying. But hey, you know what? It's better late than never, right? Stupid Fast. Maddox is 5 now, and he thinks that he's going to be having that car when he's in high school. He thinks so.
What would you do if you gave it to him? What would be the car to replace it? Because I'm thinking about it. You're saying you don't want nothing more than 2 Mustangs. Well, you got 3 boys, so you got less than 16 years before you got to come up with 5 garage spaces.
Well,
they'll be sharing a Mustang.
So I mean, at some point, so I'm keeping that car forever. Like, I won't be getting rid of that. At some point, it's going to go to one of the boys. It won't be high school. It might be for college graduation. Who knows? I don't know. You can't think that far out. But I mean, at some point, I'll give it to one of them, the one who I think will, kind of cherish it the most or keep it in the family. I'm keeping all these things right here behind me. I'll put them in storage somewhere, just in case I ever have grandkids or whatever. And this car might not leave my possession until I die, for all I know. I have no idea.
Well, it's just like the truck behind me. That was my dad's truck. He bought it in, it was used.
Mm-hmm.
End of 1996, December 6th. I remember the date. I don't remember why. I was 6, 5 or 6 years old. He bought it in Kentucky. He brought it home. And I remember telling him, I hate this truck. Take it back. I want the old truck back. And we've had it ever since. He bought it with 9,000 miles, and it's got 242 on it now, but it's been sitting for 10 years too.
Dang. That's awesome, though. So, Bama says, Brailsford, that's gas money for the bus. Red Key, but the Red Key doesn't buy you any more power. So the Red Key, it gives you a little more low-end torque and gives you engine braking. That's pretty much it. Honestly, I think I've seen some videos of people running faster times on the quarter with the gray key.
The only thing I found with the Red Key with mine is it seems like it behaves better. I don't know why. Like, if I put the gray key in, it seems like it gets real herky-jerky until it really warms up with the track key. It doesn't seem to do that. It seems to be very responsive as I'm looking for.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
It changes the fuel mapping. So down low, you get more fuel.
There's a reason.
So it behaves as it should.
Because when you got the Red Key in it, that's for the track. So that way, when you go hit the curves and stuff like that, you get the engine braking and everything else in the curves. Going down a quarter mile, you want to use the other key because you want to go fast and straight.
What's up, Neptune Shelby? This guy right here is another boss owner. I met him on TikTok. He's got a 350 and a school bus yellow.
That's what I was originally shopping for, was a 350. I just didn't want to spend the money.
Yeah. And honestly, I hope one day I can get a 350, but I think I think that the Roadrunner is one of the most reliable motors Ford's ever built for power. I mean, it's hard to beat it for if you wanted to build power for what it can handle.
That's why I ended up going with this. I wanted a GT500 or the old one, not the new one. But
what's up, Lance? We got Lance in the house. Lance has been doing a lot of work on Instagram and TikTok lately. He's been trying to grow his TikTok a lot.
Never better, Ford Tech. Never better.
Yeah, you dying over there, Sublime? I hear you coughing.
No, we're all good. We're all good.
Toolbox.
Hey, Lance, I'm assuming you're going to Ponies and Smokies, right?
Oh, son of a bitch.
I'm undecided right now because I'm not sure. I've got nothing booked. I don't have a spot or anything right now. That's the problem with my job. Everything's pretty last minute usually.
What do you do, if you don't mind me asking? Because I haven't followed you. I actually found you right before I bought this car, and it wasn't because I was looking at it. I just ran across you on YouTube. Then I bought the car and realized that's what you had. So
I'm an officer in the Navy.
Okay. Sorry if you didn't want to share that.
No, you're good. I talk about it infrequently, but every now and then it comes up. There's not like a ton of people in here, so I don't think I got like a Chinese government official just sitting here watching me. So
No, they wait for me.
Maybe that's Sublime. I might be Sublime here. That's probably him right there.
I brought them in with me. They're watching you now. Sorry.
Yeah.
They go
He's
where
coughing.
I go.
That's the cue for them.
Yeah.
Was that
Get back some talk? Chime in.
Hey, Lance, you bring in the. I'm assuming you're bringing the. So if you guys don't know, you gotta check him out. Lance here. He's got a podcast. He got a lot of stuff going on over there, but he's got a really cool video up. He actually has a barn find saline fox, which is pretty sick. Check that out for sure.
Neptune Shelby. I seen you asked. I got a Boss 2013 Boss 302. It's right there.
That guy.
Ooh, bus yellow.
Yeah, we'll do a Neptune. We were talking about. I don't know if you've been seeing the videos on here, but we're probably gonna start doing some boss owner features starting next week. So we'll do like one a month where we'll bring on a boss owner where they can talk about their build and like how they got their car and why they got their car, stuff like that.
And if it takes off, I don't have a problem doing it. I'd like to do it. I don't like talking about myself a ton.
Honestly, I'm not a public speaker by any stretch of imagination. So another thing I do like about my channel is that because of what I do for a living, right? I think it's helped make me a more confident speaker in front of my people. And I not just that, but like the annoying mannerisms that I have, I see them, especially when I started. I'm like, wow, that drives me crazy. I am not doing that anymore.
You do exactly what you've seen somebody else do, and you're like, that drives me nuts. And you find out you do it yourself.
Yeah. So like, it's nice. It's nice that I can catch that, see it, and then be like, you know what? I'm gonna stop talking that way. Bimini Coupe. Okay.
An 09 Shelby. Nice. Is it stock or is it beefed up?
So, Lance, to get the 09 Shelby, did you sell the Raptor, or you still have the Raptor?
Well, he said also, so I'm guessing he kept that.
He moved. So I was listening to one of his podcasts. That man moves. He moves stuff. He's had cars and trailers, and he'll get them and move them out, send them on their way. What are you laughing about?
You're like, that guy moves stuff, and I'm like, code word.
No, not.
I'm joking.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Bride says Sublime's lungs are taking are on strike.
Yeah, Colton. That's exactly what I need, Colton. So actually, I'll post it here real quick. I think this is the email address. I had to be one because apparently there's another Brailsford Rides, but it's probably me, and I just don't know it. I probably forgot that I had the login. The Brailsford Rides 1@gmail.com. So if you guys want to be like featured or have your boss featured, just shoot me an email with like your build list, a bunch of photos, and I'll request anything else I want, and we'll go from there.
And Mike's Garage, quite the contrary. They're working, bro. They're working hard right now.
Deep Impact Blue 350 and Smoke. Yeah, and Shelby, you can come on and talk about both cars, man. I'm not going to limit it to just the bosses, but like since the boss is obviously like the focal point of my channel, that's just kind of why I was starting that way. And yeah, the early years are definitely super cringy. Like one of my most popular videos when I started that actually helped me get monetized and get me to my hours. My dad had bought me, I still have it, a Flux Core welder for $35. So like the one that they have from Harbor Freight, the cheap one, they had Black Friday deals for Harbor Freight welders, and they weren't allowed to sell them with their normal stock. So when they didn't sell on Black Friday, they discounted the Black Friday price to $35. So I got a welder for $35 that was brand new, and I welded floor pans into my MGB using that welder. So that how-to video on like doing that, that did really well. But like out watching myself talk during that video, oh god, it is horrible.
Yeah, I never thought I'd get anywhere. I watched my first video, my introduction video that was like so long. It was just 4 months ago, and I just watched it the other day. I literally I made it private. I was like, I can't even tolerate this. This is so bad. Like as soon as my buddies
Is that on
it,
the hey, that's on the Lance, that's on the Raptor, right? You're talking about the Fox no, that was something different. That was the Fox struts. You're talking about a strut rebuild, I think, too. Yeah, we'll get you on there, man.
I don't know, Bama. Those are pretty precious ones.
But yeah, Nate. Whenever I do this, man, you're welcome up here anytime.
I appreciate it. It's actually nice being on this side.
Gotta go edit podcasts, upload tomorrow, guys.
Hey, Lance. Hey, thanks for hopping in here, brother. Yeah, I was actually I was gonna go look at an 09 500 before I bought the Boss, and I never drove it.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys see any? I don't know if I don't follow him, but he come up on my feed the other day. Mustang mode. I don't.
Oh God, yeah.
Did you guys see the GT 500 or not the GT 500? The new Raptor Ari got in drag race.
Yeah. I didn't see the drag race video, but I saw the pictures of it. Yeah.
Yeah, he took it. It does 12.29 mile.
Is that going to be a giveaway truck?
I don't know.
I'm assuming it is. If he has it,
probably.
I stopped. I don't know. Like everybody has their own personal situations and stuff, and everybody financially. And I stopped watching him during COVID when he was telling a sob story of how he had at the time 5 Mustangs in his garage. How he was going to have to sell like the 500 or whatever because he lost his job as a paralegal due to COVID cuts. And I'm like, bro, like I can't handle that, man.
Only real people can see right through that.
And I was like, I can't watch this. It makes me sick. I can't watch
What did you say? He did what?
He used to be like a paralegal, right? And
right.
yeah, and he lost his job during COVID. And so like one of his videos was kind of like he was talking about how he might have to sell like the 500 or something. And I was like, man, I can't.
I remember that video.
I can't watch this This is garbage. I cannot watch it. I was like, dude, people are like, I've got sailors that I'm like legitimately worried about them being able to feed their families because the prices of everything are stupid. Right. And like, I was like, I can't listen to this garbage when, dude, I know you're raking in the dough.
Think of back to work as a normal human.
Yeah.
Well, hey, my wife went grocery shopping tonight, dude. And it costs more to buy a dozen eggs now than it does to buy a damn chicken to cook.
Yeah. My dad's about to he was talking about trying to become a farm. All you got to do here in North Carolina is like sell $1,000 worth of goods a year and you get all those tax benefits. So he's got chickens. He's about to start selling some eggs.
He's kind of dumb right now if he don't, because if he's got the property and stuff to do it, not only is it going to help the family, he's going to make money.
Oh yeah. Well, on top of it too. So once you become a farmland property, you don't have to get a permit to build anything. You can build anything on your land you want.
And your plates and everything else cheaper for your vehicles and everything, dude.
Yep.
My dad always said, because he grew up on a dairy farm, he said it's the only business that you can do, never make a penny and write everything off, and the IRS will never come find you.
What's up, Victor? That's nuts. Like my dad actually, so they got chickens, and my dad was here to help me install the shore power for my camper. And he brought us some eggs. I'm like, oh, you handed me, you know.
You dip into your 401k for these eggs?
That's right. Yeah, I know.
What's up, Victor?
Like he should have brought it under like a lock chest and.
Deal or no deal?
Yeah, it's like $5 here too, I think.
But you guys are talking about YouTube and doing well and talking about yourself. Man, just get on here and have fun. Because the friends you're going to make here is far more than you'll ever make in money or anything else.
Oh, that's kind of what we're talking about. Like, I mean, don't get hung up in it. Like, I was talking about it, man. I've got a dang stock Boss 302 back there, but all I've ever done from the get go was just document the things I like doing. Like, document what I like doing and with my kids, and that's it.
And that's why your channel explodes like it does, because, dude, your kids are involved.
You're genuine. That's the other thing.
Well,
Bingo.
there's certain people that like when you that's the same guy I was talking about earlier who said he's gonna be big. Like I watch his stuff and I'm not gonna blast some guy. I don't have time to blast somebody. I don't want to blast anybody. First of all, because I'm not a dick. But he's a
Wait a
fake
minute.
person.
Wait. Let's back up a little bit. Sublime, what do you think about that statement?
What statement?
About he's not a dick.
Who's not a dick?
He knows I'm not. He knows I'm not. I've never been that to him either.
I'm messing with you, man.
I set his channel up for complete success.
Oh God, here we go.
I'm just glad the reverse came out of the bus, because you'd have been told me again.
Yeah, Colton, my boss is track key activated.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely I definitely feel fortunate that the channel is doing how it's doing, because I do what I can when I can. Like, some people get so fixated on like schedules and stuff. I got no time for a schedule. If I can make a video, the video goes up. If I can't, I got nothing.
And that's all I do, dude. I just make videos. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Oh, I just wanted to start something because I've realized, talking to people over the years, that there's a lot of people not fortunate enough to know very simple things that it's common sense to some of us.
You're not.
It helps out
crazy,
and it helps people out a lot. You'd be surprised how many people you're going to help and not even realize it.
I did a review. You were talking about your video, Matt, that blew up, that helped your channel. Mine is probably going to be the no-code battery maintainer I did. I've got like 16,000 views on that. I put it up like 2 months ago.
Which one is it?
It's the no-code charger maintainer. I bought for my car, and I'm looking around. There's a bunch of things. I'm always the person, I want to know every single thing all the time for every situation, and every review I ever watch on anything that I go to buy is always missing the information I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, stupid face trucks, so I do it for the check. No, man, but like I said, the people you get to meet on here and stuff like that, man, are far the best. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you can tell, like, what's nice about it is, you can tell a fraud right from the get-go. Like, someone who's just putting on a show, and it drives, like, there's people who, like the guy I was trying to talk about, he's not being himself, and it's just annoying. I can't watch someone who's not being just do your thing, and people either like it or they won't. But when you're pretending to be somebody, nobody's gonna like it.
Be genuine and be yourself, and that'll be it. And if people can't see that, well, probably not your kind of people anyways.
I'm just going to start doing drunken lives and see how that works out.
Oh, God, no. That would be trouble. That would be a lot of trouble.
So I've been meaning. So since I'm staying here local, I think one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to try and start a car event here locally if I can, but I might not be able to if the business I'm going to go talk to doesn't actually own their spot and they rent. The owner of the lot might shut me down, but I'm going to try to start a cigars and cars here at one of the local cigar bars, because I think that kind of event would hopefully attract the right kind of people instead of like the hooners. Those guys are all more about the hookahs and stuff like that, right? So. I'm thinking it's going to be good.
Gary, you just got that 10 millimeter mind thinking. Here you go. Here's an idea. It's called the Drunken Live Stream. But the only way you are allowed to come on the panel is if you own your own breathalyzer and prove that you're blowing 2.0 plus.
There you go. That's perfect. Only problem is I got to start drinking.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you should for tech. You should just load up and drive down I-40 until it stops, and you'll be an hour away from me.
Oh.
I did a drunk and not green. Oh, You do podcast, Eris? I've been starting to listen to some podcasts on the way to work, but like, there's only a couple I listen to. I listen to Joe Rogan, and then I listen to one called it's like the American Veteran Center, where it's just like they interview all these old World War II vets and like all these Korean vets and stuff, and listen to those guys tell their stories. I love stuff like that.
Something I never really got into is podcasts. Unless I can watch them. I actually would rather watch them.
Well, it's on their podcasts, but they're all on YouTube, the ones I click on. So it's like a YouTube channel, and I just play it, and I put my phone down and listen to it.
Like Dale Earnhardt Jr., I'm a huge NASCAR fan, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. has the Dale Jr. download. And I love watching clips of it on YouTube. Yeah. I hate listening to it on the radio because I can't see their reactions because I think that's the best part.
Yeah. So that's kind of along the lines of like Joe Rogan too. I don't mind listening to Joe Rogan, but like, seeing the guys in there too is helpful. So they'll put graphics up too. They're like, oh, look at that. And you're like, well, it's probably pretty cool what they're looking at, but I have no idea. Ugh. All right. What are we at? Oh, man.
Oh, God, it's late. You got to get to bed. Here we go.
There's 9 minutes left here, so we're at 2 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, I've been in my garage is cold.
How cold is it down there?
Right now, I think we're like 30. We'll be getting to like 30 degrees tonight. 33 right now, maybe.
No, you poor thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm in my T-shirt though.
My brother calls me from Charlotte, or actually he lives just outside Charlotte. And he calls me. He's like, it's freezing. I got out my winter clothes. And I'm like, how cold is it? It's 58. My heart beats for you.
That's not cold. I used to work in an ice rink, and I used to go out, play some pickup hockey with my buddies, and we wore T-shirts and gym shorts. And I remember we used to, the coldest the rink ever got. I don't know how it got this cold. It's because it was pumping outside air in and chilling it extra. It was like 19 degrees in there. And I started having like condensation freezing on my helmet.
Believe it or not,
Salty, it's your turn, buddy. You're here for one.
I live in upstate, and it's not cold. I don't understand it. Like, it's not probably any. I think it's 37 here right now.
Where you at?
Snow. I live in upstate New York.
Ah.
So I live up around Rochester. Like, you've probably heard like national news of Buffalo getting absolutely pummeled.
Oh yeah,
twice this year. Yeah, I got none of that, and I only live an hour and 15 minutes away.
Nice. My brother's up in. He's in New Hampshire.
Okay.
He decided to live in the middle of nowhere.
Nate, where'd you say you're from?
I live in upstate New York, up around Rochester.
Oh, dude, you're screwed when it comes to the snow and weather.
No, that's the thing is my dad, I'm originally from Pittsburgh, PA.
Later, Bama.
And they've gotten more snow in the last 3 years than we have.
Oh, really?
It's been just enough to dust the ground. Like, I moved up here for work, and that was, I don't know, 10 years ago now.
What do you do?
When I first moved here, it was feet of snow all the time. In the last 4 years, we've got like nothing to speak of. Like, I plowed twice, and it was just enough to plow.
What do you do for a living up there?
I work on ultrasound equipment.
On what?
I work on ultrasound equipment.
Oh, cool. And you're rich.
Yeah, right.
He's rich, Rutherford.
If I owned the company, yes. If I working for him, you don't make a ton.
Oh, is that what it is?
I wish.
Well, you must have done pretty good if you moved up there for it. So,
well, it was that, or make $25,000 underneath the guy that I was working with, and probably not have a job after 2 years because they replaced me. So they kind of gave me an ultimatum: move, have your own territory, which I'm glad I did. I didn't prefer to ever move up here, but.
And what other car do you got besides the Boss?
I've got this. My company car's a Subaru Forester.
Yeah, of course, Stupid Fast. Yeah.
And then
I don't care about that kind of stuff, man. People who've got links can post whatever.
What was that? I didn't hear the last one, Nate.
Oh, I got a 94 F-150. Okay. And then I have this 96 I'm restoring, which is my dad's old truck. I've had it since I was a kid. He bought it just short of new.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, there's Nate's channel, guys. If you don't follow. He's the new School Bus Yellow YouTube channel since the old one decided to call it quits. But he's not in here to defend himself. So
was there really another one?
yeah,
Like you're the only one I really found or ever had any interest in watching.
Yeah, it was Connor, Yellowhammer Garage. He got a 350.
You're about to say he went to the dark side. Don't even think about it.
All right, Nate, I hooked you up, buddy.
He went to the
Nice.
I don't know. He went to the oil eating side.
Oh, the oil consumption side. Okay.
Here we go.
Just
Thanks, everyone. You don't have to subscribe because I'm here. I want you to subscribe because you like what I watch or what I'm putting out. But I greatly appreciate it.
Let me tell you something. I subscribe so I can go find out if I like what you're putting out. How's that?
Yeah.
Hey, if you don't, please don't be afraid to tell me you don't.
Oh, trust me, I won't be afraid.
Just don't watch one of my first videos. They're like an hour and 20 minutes of me trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my car washing it.
Cheesy.
He's practicing voodoo now. Oh, that's funny because, my wife, she don't have no problem with her voodoo.
Oh, and Fortech, that's cool that you got the shipping label now. That's awesome.
yeah.
And
Dude,
Victor,
I didn't know he won that till just now. I just learned that today.
what?
That's crazy.
I could have swore I told you.
You didn't tell me, Jack.
That's right. I forgot you're not on the in crowd yet.
Salty, you're funny.
Checking it about the Ritz.
Yeah. Mr. Mach one does. Yeah, Mr. Mach. You got the Dream Garage over there, Gary.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, yeah.
I just
Yeah,
got
you
a
do.
couple more Mustangs.
Yeah, drivers.
They're driving.
I really wish, honestly, I could afford my. So, if I could afford my dad's car, he'd give it to me for way cheaper than he would sell it for. But like, I don't got room. I don't got cash for it. I don't got anything. But I wouldn't even, honestly, if I got that at first, I wouldn't even mess with the power because it's not going to make a lot to begin with. But I would just I'd mess around with the suspension a little bit and just take it as a dedicated road track car. The one that, like, you know what, it's cheap enough to where I'm not scared to put it all out there. Because, like, the Boss, yeah, it's a road track car, but, like, I don't want to crash that. It's too important to me. So I definitely would hold back and not be willing to, like, really just hit it all the time. But, like,
Did you get by that car new?
No, he didn't. But he's had it. He's had it for like 11 years or something like that.
Well, shit, that's one thing. Something your dad had. Get it, keep it. That'd be cool.
It's got 89,000 miles on it right now.
Oh, really? One of 66 of that color? Yeah, why don't you get it, man? Tell your dad you make payments.
Yeah. Okay, let me tell. I'm not worried about telling my dad that. Let me go tell my wife.
That's a California special car, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Cali special, so it does. My dad keeps telling me that that one didn't come with the side stripes, but I'm telling him that the dude had to have had him removed. Like, but
Normally got some badging. I had a Boss that had one. His I think was
it had a decal on or something.
Mm-hmm. Now, can anybody give me, like, I've never paid attention.
Mine or is it his?
What's the
idea? You were
idea
cutting in and out, I think. I did not catch. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not catching.
Oh, no, it's all good. Can you hear me?
I can now.
What's the idea behind the California special? Like, what makes?
I don't know. I mean, you got to go back to like the original, which was what, 67. It was an appearance package, I believe.
Those cars were appearance packages that were supposed to be built just in California, but they were all over the United States.
Okay.
So it was actually a GT California.
There's a 67. Someone's got a Cali special, the original, right next to me, and they put a 429 in it, and it is nasty. I've been trying to get him on the channel, but I've only seen him once, and
But yeah, the thing about it
Can you
is
hear me?
it's just a GT that they said
You're good
California special. The 67 and 68 were a bigger deal because they had the Shelby taillights and stuff on it. They looked, it was just a
Okay.
coupe, with the Shelby taillights and stuff in there that were really cool.
I asked because Brailsford, you're talking about your dad's, and there's actually a brand new one sitting up the road at the dealership. I thought it was probably a 2022 turn-in, but it's not. They're claiming it's a 2023, so it's going to be a half-year S1 S550, and it's all black. And I was like, man, that's the first time I've ever actually seen a California special on the dealer lot.
Yeah, it's basically just a GT with a couple more things done to it.
It looks nice. It's
mostly cosmetic.
Neptune,
Hold on.
I ain't beat nobody. My wife beats me. But yeah, I mean, it's just my wife. She had that. She had a California special, and the hood had those fins on it, like Brailsford was showing. He wants to put on his Fox body.
okay.
So I mean, they got a couple different things, but they're basically just a GT.
Okay. I didn't know if it was anything more than just an appearance package or not.
Yeah, it's not like a Shelby or anything like that.
Gotcha.
No, I mean they like for the 3-valve one there, it has the different front bumper and it's got the rear diffuser. Like I think it's the same as almost the 500 diffuser in the back.
I'd be a baller if I didn't have my car payment. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, me too.
No, it's not. I mean, it's newer. It's an 07, and he's got a 500 rear spoiler on there, but like it needs some paint. It's a grabber orange. It looks good. If you look at the pictures I posted, it looks good. But when you get up to it, it needs some like the clear is peeling off in some spots because the sun beat down on it for a while. I don't know. And also those 3 valves, for whatever reason, they had a lot of paint issues back then.
I know, Salty. I know. Nate, were you going to ask something?
I was just going to ask, what cars all do you guys have? I mean, I know what Brailsford has, and I've kind of caught here and there what everybody else has, but is there?
I just have the one in my icon. That's it.
Gotcha.
Sublime's got the fastest one. How's that?
He's got the most expensive one.
Carmine got the fastest one.
He's got the most expensive. I'm talking. Carmine's not here though.
Yeah, true.
He's got the most expensive and the fastest one here.
Yeah. Well, if you're talking individual, maybe you add up all your 3, and you're well over me, my friend.
Now I got the oldest one. You're right, stupid fast truck. So I got a 70 Mach 1 I've had since I was 12 years old. And I got a 21 Mach 1. And my wife's got a 2018 GT350.
How do you like your Mach 1? And how does it compare to the GT350?
Well, I'll tell you, to be honest with you, if you took the 5.2 Voodoo motor and put it in my Mach 1, it'd be the exact same car pretty much.
Yeah. Same handling.
Yes.
Unless you talk to the driver mod who likes to talk a lot of crap.
Well, the thing about the driver mod is that he just wants his car to be better than the Mach 1, but to me, they're equal. I own both cars, so they're equal. You know what I mean?
Same transmission.
See, I want him to hop in here so I can just set you guys against each other.
Yeah, wouldn't be no problem.
I'm kidding, Gary.
Gary's like, bring it.
Wouldn't be no problem, baby. And then what would really piss him off is when I would tell him that my wife could outdrive him.
Oh my God.
And then Neptune says he's got a GT350, a 2013 Boss 302, and a
2000 Civic EK. Do you mean EX?
I gotta Google it now.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah. Salty says Gary's like my balls hang over. What? What are you talking about?
Oh,
I'm
God.
57 years old. My balls dropped about 10 years ago. He's got EX as the trim.
Okay.
If it would be like Ford, he'd be saying his balls sit in a jar on his wife's desk.
So I thought Neptune Shelby had a 500. So that's cool. He's got a GT350. What year is your GT350, Neptune?
I want to say it's a 17. I'm probably going to learn that I'm wrong.
EK is the body. Look at Ford Tech. He's like Ricer.
Hey, I had a 98 with 87,000 miles on it. That car was great. We called it the Green Piece. I found a bumper sticker at the local flea market. It said Green Piece and it had a green gun on it. I put it on the bumper. It made it about 4,000 miles before I totaled it.
Oh. 2016 with a track back. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a track back car. Sweet. Now, Neptune, have you had any problems with the engine?
And how many miles are on it?
And how many miles is on it?
And have you ever like road coursed it or anything? We're throwing like 6 questions at once at him.
I'm going to tell you something. If my wife ever got to the point where she had to have a blower on her car, I would just get a Shelby GT500 engine and drop it in it.
Well, we made it to 2 hours, so maybe he should answer those questions in Sublime's live.
Hey, you know what? No, hey, don't even start. Me and Sublime just got here.
Well, it's not my fault.
No, yes, it is your fault.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't send out no notifications. It's all your fault.
Maybe you should click that bell icon.
I did click it. It's been clicked for years.
I can't control the YouTube. I got a notification the other day for somebody's video that was like 2 weeks old.
So Neptune said that it's got 16,000 miles on it. He's only tracked it once and no problems with the engine so far. Cool.
Okay.
Drive it once a month.
16K. I already have more than that in my 2020.
Yeah, but you drive your car all over the place. It's been ran over by a semi. It's been in the back it's been in the back of an Explorer. Yeah, your car's had some trips.
She's like a Timex watch, brother. She takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
That sounds like the same issue, Eris, that a lot of S197s have that paint bubbling there. Mine's not, but I also covered it with the 3M clear stuff. So,
but what happened with those? That's when they started switching the paint, and that's where the problem was. When they were switching the paint, they had issues with it until they got it worked out.
Real. So when you say the 3M clear, you mean the PPF?
No, it's like the bulk 3M clear
Saran wrap.
Bra.
Saran wrap.
Essentially, it's just basically what it is. It's just like industrial saran wrap.
I wonder if that happens because they have paint issues, but like right over the headlights, I'd have to look at mine.
It's like oxidation in the aluminum below.
Okay. Ford's been using aluminum hoods for a lot of years. My 97 F-150 had an aluminum hood that did the same. It did similar stuff. As soon as you get a chip, it corroded and it made a mess. And it was just an itty bitty chip that you could barely see.
I've had 86 Lincoln's town cars with aluminum hoods on them.
Really?
Yes. They've been using them for quite a while.
All right.
Well, I'm going to hop off here.
I'm going to hop off here as well.
I'll catch up with you guys probably next week.
Nate, good meeting you, Nate. Take care. Rusford,
Absolutely.
have a good night.
Yeah, it's nice seeing you, Nate.
You starting up, Sublime?
No, not tonight. Probably not tonight.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys later.
All right, later, Nate.
There you go.
Everybody in chat, have a good night.
All right, you guys all have a good one. Later, brother.
Later.